All right, what's going on, guys? We're going to look at a no heat call that I sent my service tech to earlier, and he said, man, you better come look at this. And I didn't really question him. I could just tell by the concern in his voice something was going on here. I think it's right down here in this little dead-end cul-de-sac. So, anyway, from what he tells me, there's some stuff to see in here. So, see if we can get some footage on it. Okay. Let's see what this is up here. All right, typical two-story house with one single unit. Messed up zoning situation. Okay, the furnace is mounted left discharge. Coil is mounted right discharge. And I can see already 3-inch double wall. My guy was telling me a couple of things. He took a couple of still shots. Boy. Oh, wait a minute. He didn't tell me this. All right, that's a 12. And that's a 10. And this furnace looks to be, oh my God. This furnace looks to be huge. And the typical cap and flap. So, see the supply plenum nowhere near the width of the coil. And I'll tell you what, this is kind of a hack job. These people just don't understand what this does. And that flap in there, we call this a cap and flap. There's not even any screws in it. It's just, there's no screws under this edge. It's just taped on. I think I feel a screw down there. Cap and flap. That's about 4 inches right there. Blocked off the coil. Now this is the boy, that's something else. Look at that much. This thing, I think I could crumble that. I can tell you right now, this furnace was at least probably an 80,000 or something. With a 12 and a 10. So I don't care what you got on the supply side. Looks like there is a little bit more on the supply side, but I could care less. You can't put out any more than you can take in. So we got a 12-inch and a 10-inch return. That's pathetic. And all right, there's a sticker. 100,000 BTU 4-ton drive. TG8S 100C16. So that's 100,000 BTUs. 1600 CFM is the design of this furnace, with a 12-inch and a 10-inch return. Look at this gas line. These are not couplings. I don't know, you know, these come on the end of the pipe to protect them when they pop out of the machine. They thread one end, and there's been myths about what these are used for, but they're threaded all the way through with no taper. These are not banded couplings, and they really don't seal well. I guess you run the pipe in far enough or thread it far, you know, I don't know. I guess some people get away with that. We don't use them. We take those off the end of the pipe and throw them away, or at least back in the day. Well, you can see how it's been heating up too. Look at that, turning that white. That's brittle. And this, right here, look at that gap. So I don't know what size this is. Like a piece of, I don't know if that's a piece of 5-inch or something. Now there's a gap all the way around. Look at that. And I can tell you, I could just pop that one time and it'd fall to pieces. Playing with people's lives. Look at the coil. Melted the paint, melted that tape right there. I can't believe this thing's been in here running for 4 years. Something like that, the guy said. I would absolutely not start this furnace if it meant that I would win the lottery. This is something else right here. I don't think I need to look any further. This definitely needs to be addressed. This furnace is far too big for this house. W wire. Make sure that doesn't try to get started. This looks like a York product. Some sort of Johnson controls or doors. Not the worst product in the world, I guess, if they're applied properly. See, he's got the power off to it too. Now, this thing does not need to be operated. Okay, so we've got the model and serial number. So we'll find out who bought it. Try to see if we can help him figure out who installed it. See if he's got any form of recourse whatsoever. There's two different kinds of flue pipe in here. This is the snap ring type, and there's the twist lock type about to pull out. So I'm going to take it, this is the water heater. That's where the furnace goes out. Excessive elbows. Definitely no 1-inch clearance on this flashing, on this double wall pipe from the water heater. And like I say, this is not locked in right. We're not going to touch that. Tell you the things people do. That is just... All right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this. We've got it certainly disabled. I mean, these things are about to pop apart. Listen at that. How brittle that inner liner, the inner pipe to the double wall is. That's just, you know, massive condensation from choking this thing down and from sucking in this air that doesn't get any combustion effect at all. This right here, this is totally moisture, you know, total humidity sucked into the exhaust pipe. That's terrible, man. I believe this is a homeowner job, or, you know, high school shop class and his buddy or something, because we see some hackery. But this is almost like sabotage, man. So I walked around the house, and this is a 3-ton house all day. 1,785 square feet of living space. And it has 13 output registers. Dadgum 4-ton drive, 100,000 BTU furnace. Four-ton coil. And I bet you some jackleg put a 4-ton air conditioner in it, thinking he was going to help it because it's always hot upstairs or something. Whew, boy. Well, my guy wasn't kidding. He said, "You need to get over here." He was not joking. All right, we got it disabled. Let's go express our concerns to the homeowner. I got a feeling we'll be back to this house.